Did he have to come out and explain that?
He didn't have to, but I love what he did. Because what he said was a week or two ago was that essentially, look, I may agree with the protests. He was vague about it.
Yeah.
But he was saying that the powers that be, the situation is such that I have money to make, and this could disrupt the way I make a living. And I'm not interested in doing that. And furthermore, the point may just be that he does think it's a distraction, and he wants to focus at the job at hand, and that is absolutely his right, and I have enormous respect for that. And here he's saying, don't mistake that for thinking that I'm not going to do things to try to make the world a better place. I will, but I will do it the way I choose to do it, not because there's some kind of a media circus creating pressure around a certain issue. Now, as outspoken as I've been talking about how there are players who should support Kaepernick if that's the way they feel, including white players when they weren't doing it, I said someone should do the Pee-wee Reese and put their arm around Kaepernick, and the next day Chris Long did. I'm very proud of him. And other white players since then have shown solidarity with their peers and their brothers in arms, so to speak. And so as much as I've been vocal about that, also I totally believe that that's how you have to feel about it. If you don't feel that way, if you feel the way Dez does, then you handle it that way. By the way, Dez didn't even have to come out and say, I intend to make the world a better place somehow. He could say, look, this is the way it is. I want to focus on my job. Mind your business. That's totally legitimate if that's the way you feel. My critique was directed at players who felt differently but didn't have the courage to stand up for whatever reason that they should. Dez here is saying it has nothing to do with that. I choose to go about my business this way. I still intend to make a difference on my timetable, in my way. I have nothing but respect for what Dez said.
I don't like the fact that he said anything. I think he should have told everybody to kick rocks. Kiss me where the sun don't shine. And here's the reason why. This insatiable need. You know, we talk about being a diverse society, a diverse culture, but really what we're saying is we're okay with you so long as you agree with us. And that's not what we're supposed to be about. And listen, when he first came out, I said, listen, I don't have a problem with him. Why? Dez Bryant has to take into account his checkered past. The fact that he's had troubles. He's overcome a lot, but he's had trouble. And as a result, him being on a football field and being in a position to make the money that he makes in the National Football League, some would consider him very, very lucky considering the trials and tribulations he had to endure. Not to mention the fact that he may not be as educated on the issues as some of us might be. So it's perfectly within his right to sit up there and say, I really don't have much to say about this right now, as opposed to people feeling trying to make him feel compelled to speak out. If you got enough folks speaking out, you got enough folks speaking out. Listen, we had a 1 million man march in the 90s, all right? Every black person in America wasn't there. 1 million people showed up. Last time I checked, there was 30+ million black people in America. Where was the rest of them? How come it wasn't 30 million on Capitol Hill? You know why? Because some people decided to go and some people didn't. That doesn't mean that they felt any differently. And you got to remember, and in the interest of full disclosure, I'm one of those guys, I'm a little bit different. When our President Bill Clinton at the time went through the stuff that he went through with Monica Lewinsky, nobody brought this up. I had a problem with him answering the question. Let me get this straight. You going to impeach me because I don't want to answer to you about what I was doing? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You see, the problem was that he lied. He shouldn't have lied. He should have said, none of your damn business. I'm going to answer to Hillary. I ain't going to answer to you.
That's legitimate.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the point. See, we get ourselves in trouble because we feel this need to answer to everybody about everything. We really, really need to get to a point at times in our society where we can sit up there and say, none of your damn business, because I said so. That's how I feel.
By the way,
kick rock. Have a nice day.
I agree with that.
We need to be able to do that.
I agree with that.